know I'm ready for some real action. Are you ready for some football?
Yeah! In 1991, at the remarkable age of 44, fireballing Nolan Ryan of the Texas Rangers threw his Major League record 7th no-hitter. Hockey great Gordie Howe surprised the sports world, first by scoring over 100 points at the age of 41. Then by returning to play in the NHL at the age of 52. In tennis, who could possibly forget the magical run of 39-year-old Jimmy Connors at the 1991 U.S. Open? Now at the age of 38, Joe Montana tries to guide the Kansas City Chiefs to the Super Bowl. A certain Hall of Famer with 4 Super Bowl rings, he still possesses the necessary talent and drive to join those few special athletes who have accomplished great things at unlikely ages.
The main motivation is the love of the game, because when it's over, at my age, when I retire, I can't come back to the game. It's like someone coming up to you and saying, tell me something that you enjoy. One of the things you enjoy the most in your life. And then you tell them, and they say, okay, you can't have it for the rest of your life.
Montana and the Chiefs travel to the mile-high city of Denver to play the Broncos. Tonight on ABC's Monday Night Football.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to rock. Time to get all the hits, bangs, and the block. Two division rivals driving in full gear. The Broncos and the Chiefs will decide it right here. We gotta get ready. We gotta get right. Monday Night Football's coming on tonight. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for the football? For Monday Night Party? We got Frank and Al and Dan. They're gonna get it kick-started. Lynn and the crew's all set. The crowd is tight. 'Cause all my rowdy friends are back for Monday night.
Denver, Colorado, on a cool, clear evening. There was a hint of an early winter during the day. Snow has fallen in the nearby Rockies, but Mile High Stadium, home of the Denver Broncos, will be full and rocking again tonight as the Broncos meet the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football.
The Lexus Halftime Report, brought to you by Lexus, maker of the faster and roomier 1995 LS 400. From our New York studios, your host, Fred Musburger.
Well, another example of why it's so important to save at least one timeout until the end of the first half. Wasn't it incredible what transpired down in Atlanta yesterday? Every time you see this videotape, you just sit there transfixed. Deion Sanders with a left to the helmet. Andre Rison counters with a right hand, then steps behind the official. Earlier tonight, I said to Deion, a lot of folks think you both should have been kicked out. What about it?
My reaction is I see guys fighting every week in the NFL. Just because it's a Deion Sanders and a Andre Rison, I don't think it should be made a big deal out. You watch every game every Sunday. Watch the Raiders play a game. They're fighting every week.
Now, the league probably is going to fine you. That's the word we get. What's your reaction to that?
That's no problem. I mean, we were definitely in the wrong. We shouldn't be conducting ourselves like that, but we should get fined.
Now, tell me about the block, Deion. I'm not sure. Did you think it was dirty when he came up on your chest plate, or was it a legal block?
Well, it started a couple plays before that. I rushed him off the ball, and unfortunately, I caught him up under the chin, and I told Andre that it wasn't unpersonal. I didn't mean to do that, and I guess he thought it was, so he retaliated, and that's how the big thing started. Really, all week with the big rivalry and all that, our emotions were high, but it's all well and done. I mean, I got much love for Andre. I respect his game, and I respect him as a person.
Now, after the game, there's that memorable scene. The two of you have your arms around each other. What did you say to him, and what did he say to you?
Well, we approached each other, and we let each other know that it never should have came about like that. We got much love for each other. That's what we told each other, and continued success, and we'll call each other to stay in contact.
Deion, there was not enough mustard in all of the state of Georgia to cover you as you went high-stepping into the end zone with that touchdown. What about that little victory march you put on?
Man, it was a dream come true. I was happy. I really couldn't believe he threw that pass, but I was happy to be able to make that play. We was in a great defense for that play, and it was just a dream come true.
Now, if I was a coach, I'd be livid with you for pulling a groin muscle with that goose step into the end zone. What's that all about?
I don't think I put a groin muscle at that stage. I think the groin muscle was full trying to get past those linemen. I mean, you're not prepared to run 100 yards in any football game. And I think I pulled it when I tried to burst past those linemen. I really didn't think it was nothing serious. I just thought I was really exhausted and just cramped up a little bit.
And Dion, will you be in the lineup Sunday?
Yeah, definitely.
Any more fights, Dion?
I'm not a fighter. I'm an entertainer.
He is all of that, and we welcome Peter King of Sports Illustrated. Peter, is there a possibility now that the league could suspend both of them?
There will be no suspensions, Brent. Talked to the league today, but both guys almost certainly will get fined as much as any player or more for fighting this year. The biggest fine so far this year has been $7,500. They'll both probably get at least that.
Quarterback developments in the league. Down in Washington, Heath Schuler comes down next week in Indianapolis for Washington. You spoke with North Turner earlier.
Spoke to him before we went on the air tonight, and as Brent said, hey, look, I'm a nutty guy. I'm going to do this. But really, what he's doing is he's preparing the Redskins for the future. They have no chance at being a good team this year. He needs to find out whether Gus Frerotte, his new quarterback for this week, Gus Frerotte from Tulsa, that famous 7th rounder this year, is going to be his guy to back up Heath Schuler for the future.
Now, this scene on the sideline down at Joe Robbie Stadium. Jeff Hostetler gets in his coach's face, Art Shell. This is mutiny, Peter. Is he going to take his quarterback down?
Art Shell will start Jeff Hostetler against Atlanta this week. Jeff Hostetler, however, said that he regrets nothing about this from yesterday. And so I think this is a developing thing that we're going to have to watch as the weeks go on.
You were down there yesterday. You saw the hot hand of Steve Young of the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to come back and hear from him live in just a moment.
Years ago. Look, Sunday. I'm the Terminator.
Schwarzenegger's back and ABC's got him. One of his biggest blockbusters ever. Hamilton, Schwarzenegger.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Terminator 2, Sunday here on ABC. Parental discretion advised.
Well, the two most impressive teams in the league right now could be San Diego in the AFC, Dallas in the NFC. But Al Michaels, I think the San Francisco 49ers said yesterday to Atlanta, don't forget about us. We're not through yet.
You're exactly right, Brent. As we rejoin you from Mile High, it's 14-14 here. The 49ers are now 5-2. And, you know, because of the Sanders-Risen situation, lost in the shuffle is the fact Steve Young completed his first 14 passes, was 15-16 with 4 touchdowns. He joins us live now on the day after. Steve, they talk about the saying goes, in the zone. That's being in the zone. Have you ever had a better performance than yesterday's?
Well, probably had a lot of help getting that performance yesterday. Offensive line came through. You know, we've had a lot of substitutions, injuries, and the offensive line did a great job. And then, you know, with Jerry Rice and John Taylor and Brent Jones catching the ball, Ricky Waters, I can have those kind of days with that kind of help.
Steve, a couple of weeks ago, you and the 49ers experienced something you'd never experienced before, a terrible loss, 40-8 to Philadelphia. You were yanked. You were upset. You had the scene on the sideline. George Seifert apologized, in effect, the next day. Do you think, when you look back now, that may have been a blessing in disguise for your club?
Well, whenever you get humiliated like that, especially in front of your home crowd, you better make it a positive thing somehow. And with that kind of a score, I think the only way we could do it is kind of regroup and say, that was not us. That's not anything like the way we play football, and never, you know, put it behind us and run away from it. And that's what we've done the last couple of weeks, and continue to run away from it like we will hopefully the rest of the year.
But in the week after, was there any doubt on the part of the 49ers that, hey, maybe we're not as good as a lot of people think, or even we think we are?
Well, we know we had a chemistry situation coming into the game. Coming into the season with all the new guys on defense, with the injuries that we had. We knew we had to suffer through some of those situations, and through the beginning of the season we did. But yet through the tough times we've been able to come through it, and I think we've solidified our team as a whole, and I think yesterday was a result of a lot of things that happened the past couple of weeks.
Steve, thank you very much. The 49ers next week against Tampa Bay. Good luck to you in that one. And Brent, the 49ers 5-2 and rolling.
All right. Well, reports of Joe Montana's demise, Al, are always premature, aren't they? We're coming back with Elway and Montana after these messages from your ABC station.